These are the supplement pills from Nootropics Depot. Each capsule contains 500 milligrams of L-tyrosine, of which I'm taking 1 gram, so 2 of these pills twice per day, being equal to 2 grams of L-tyrosine per day. I also have it in the powder form because sometimes I prefer just taking a little bit less than 500 milligrams. You can see it looks like this white texture, kind of similar to like glutamine or BCAAs. It's pretty flavorless, doesn't taste that bad. I want to educate you on how to take L-tyrosine. We'll go over the benefits. We'll talk about what you can do to maximize the absorption of it. And I'll answer some commonly asked questions like, are you better off taking it once per day or in a split dose twice per day? But if you haven't yet subscribed, then do click subscribe and make sure to give the video a like, and let's get right into it. So as we scroll down the very popular website, examine.com, we can see there's improvements in working memory, attention, decreased levels of stress, higher levels of subjective well-being, simply meaning being happier. What I found over the years is that it can pretty much help with anything, whether you're a student, whether you're in sales, whereas even if you're somebody that's working a typical 9-to-5 job, you'll find that L-tyrosine will give you a good pick-me-up of energy at the later portion of your work shift when you need it. Guys, L-tyrosine is not man-made by any means. It's an amino acid that's found in chicken breast. It's also found in egg whites in very large amounts. There's about 954 milligrams of L-tyrosine found in about 200 calories of beef, and there's almost 1,500 milligrams of tyrosine in 200 calories worth of lean chicken breast. However, the magic happens when you take L-tyrosine independently of any other amino acids and ideally without any calories. So come to think of it like first thing in the morning or between meals, wait like 2 hours before your last meal. Some nootropics, they would take 2, sometimes 3 weeks for them to start working. Things like paracetam, things like ashwagandha, even bacopa maneri for some users. With L-tyrosine, it's similar to caffeine, and like you pretty much take it and you should feel something. You should feel more energy, and if you're not feeling anything, then it's likely because you're either having it too close to a meal or you're not taking enough of L-tyrosine. Anecdotally, L-tyrosine tends to be taken in doses of 500 to 2 grams approximately 30 to 60 minutes before any acute stressor. This tends to be exercise. And that's true because the way that I first discovered L-tyrosine was I noticed it was a very popular ingredient in a lot of pre-workout formulas. And if you look at pretty much any product that supposedly is going to give you a boost, like these are a couple of pre-workouts, even 5-Hour Energy or Rockstar or some of those popular sugar-free energy drinks out there, they pretty much will all have L-tyrosine or the acetyl version and acetyl L-tyrosine, which I've made a video on that I will link over here. You'll likely find that helpful if you're wondering what the differences are. This particular product has 850 milligrams of L-tyrosine and 1 gram of N-acetyl L-tyrosine because L-tyrosine's best use, you can say, is for focus. Yes, it helps with mood. Yes, it helps with the general health of your dopaminergic system. But all things being considered, where I like L-tyrosine is simply getting more done, making more money, improving my grades. This product will really help you to cope with stress, specifically towards like the late afternoon, early evening, when you generally would want that cup of coffee, but you won't take it because you know it'll keep you up at night and prevent you from falling asleep. That's the ideal time you want to take something like 500 to 750 milligrams of L-tyrosine. However, though, in my opinion, I don't think it helps with anxiety, and it also doesn't help with creative thinking because L-tyrosine is known to really help your work ethic, help you be more productive, and at the same time kind of has this effect of like stabilizing your mood. Here's one of my favorite products. They've got tyrosine in it. It's called Qualia Mind. I put a discount code in the description box below. They've added enough L-tyrosine for it to be effective, yet at the same time safe, along with B vitamins, adaptogens that are going to help your body to tolerate stress better, and somewhere around 20 other really powerful ingredients. With respect to the benefits of tyrosine helping with depression, this person says that after using hundreds of supplements to help with motivation, general anxiety disorder, and depression, L-tyrosine seems to alleviate all anxiety and depressive symptoms. It's claimed to act as an antidepressant. However, there's not a lot of research that supports this claim. In one study, they took 65 people and half of them used a very common antidepressant and the other half used tyrosine, and the tyrosine group had no antidepressant effects whatsoever. However, though, here's what's neat. Depressed individuals with low levels of dopamine, adrenaline, or noradrenaline, they may benefit from supplementing with L-tyrosine. One study among individuals with dopamine deficient depression noted that tyrosine produced clinically significant effects. For all of you students or hardworking individuals that may be short on sleep, supplementing with tyrosine is shown to benefit those who are sleep deprived. A single dose of it even helped people who lost a night's sleep stay alert for 3 hours longer than they would have otherwise. However, the doses of L-tyrosine they were having were quite high. They were about 150 milligrams per kilogram of body weight, which means that somebody who weighs about 170 pounds would be taking almost 12 grams of L-tyrosine, which would mean 24 of these capsules. So this thing would be done in 5 or 6 days. I've made a really helpful video on nootropics to help with a sleep-deprived state, which I will link here. Be sure to check that out. Let's talk side effects. Nothing really to be too concerned about. For me, the only thing I notice is like maybe a little bit of anxiety or irritability or edginess. Let's say I'm making a presentation, let's say I'm talking on stage, then I would avoid tyrosine out of risk of being a little bit anxious. But very commonly people will ask whether or not it's safe to be taking tyrosine by itself, as people seem to believe that you need to be taking it along with 5-HTP. Like this question suggests over here, I've read that you shouldn't take 5-HTP without adding L-tyrosine, and vice versa, that you shouldn't be taking L-tyrosine without taking 5-HTP, because ideally you want to have a balanced amount of serotonin and a balanced amount of tyrosine. However, when you take tyrosine, it's known to increase dopamine, thus then lowering that ratio of dopamine to serotonin. And then conversely, if you take 5-HTP, it's known to increase serotonin and decrease the balance of serotonin to dopamine. So low serotonin levels are associated with depression, anxiety, sleep disorders, weight gain, and other health problems. Therefore, increasing your body's production of serotonin can have various benefits, and for that reason, serotonin producing 5-HTP supplements, they become really popular. So when it comes to improving mood, some people suggest that rather than using antidepressants, they're using a good mix of tyrosine and 5-HTP. One thing to consider if you are using these supplements is, in order to achieve a better mood, try to point out whether it's due to a serotonin deficiency or a dopamine deficiency. Like if you're depressed and you're anxious, then you may need 5-HTP supplementation to improve serotonin. But if you're depressed, fatigued, and you have poor concentration, then you may benefit from improving dopamine through tyrosine supplementation. Alternatively, if you feel depressed and fatigued and anxious, then you may benefit with supplementing both 5-HTP and L-tyrosine. You may be looking to treat a depression, but the fact is, if your dopamine levels are fine and it's your serotonin levels which are low or suboptimal, then supplementing with tyrosine is only going to make the problem worse, because you're increasing your dopamine even more, thus lowering your serotonin levels. If you're on thyroid medication, you have high blood pressure, or you're on an antidepressant, please talk to your doctor or naturopath before using L-tyrosine. Then please use this guideline. The standard dosage for L-tyrosine for depression are 500 milligrams to 2 grams, taken 30 minutes before breakfast and lunch. And note, if you take it too close to bed, then it can affect your sleep. And if you'd like to take L-tyrosine and 5-HTP together, then take L-tyrosine 30 minutes before breakfast and lunch at 500 milligrams to 2,000 milligrams daily to help mood and motivation early in the morning. Then take between 50 to 150 milligrams of 5-HTP with lunch and dinner to calm you down, improve your mood, and help you with sleep. If you did get value from this video, then do consider subscribing, give the video a like, and comment below what are your thoughts on L-tyrosine, and I will look forward to seeing you all next time.